has been a long time. So I feel like a lot of my videos, oh goodness, look at how dark I am. Wow. You can tell this summer heat is no joke. Like, I am one shade away from being African. I'm just kidding, okay? I'm not racist and I don't care anything about skin tone, but my skin tone looks a little reddish at this moment. Anyway, so this, I want to talk about, I reminisce a lot of times, and really I just wanted to talk about what I went through in high school. Because it's something that affects me to this day. You know, like, I went through some stuff in high school. You know, we can go ahead and get started talking about it. So first off, when I first started high school, I lived in Kingwood, and I went to middle schools in Kingwood. You know, when I first went into high school, I went to high school, people that I knew. I went into Kingwood High School. Woo-hoo. And so in Kingwood High School, you know, it was awesome. Like, I knew a lot of people because they transferred from middle school to the high school with me. And, you know, it was very, you know, gumpos and rainbows. You know, I was on the track team. I was one of the best athletes on the track team. I got along with all my teachers, all my coaches. You know, I made decent grades. I had such a good time in Kingwood. I was very known for being silly, the class clown, very, very goofy, you know, very, you know, just kind of, you know, free-spirited in school. So I was very flirtatious in Kingwood too, you know, like, I was just really, really flirty. And so next thing you know, we moved. My parents and us, we all moved to a different school district. So I had to go to Atascocita. So let me tell you the story about what happened beforehand. So beforehand, I ended up going to Atascocita, and I did not like it, I think. Yeah, I didn't like Atascocita. So I ended up going to Atascocita for like a couple of months. So I was like, Mom, let's do something about this, you know. I just didn't like Atascocita. It just seemed a little ratchet to me. No offense to anybody who's went to Atascocita. So I told my mom, I was like, hey, Mom, you know, I don't want to go to Atascocita. Can we try to get me into Kingwood? Is there anything that we can do to, you know, make this happen? So my mom did what she found, a vacant property. My mom, you know, got to my back through thick and thin, you know. She found a vacant property, you know. It had a address tied to it. And so what she did was she made like a fake, like, utility bill for a house that she knew was vacant, so that I can go to Kingwood. So, you know, they got me into Kingwood, and I went there for about a week. Then the front office lady eventually called my mom and was like, okay, yeah, you don't live in that address. I stopped by the address, and, you know, it's vacant. No one lives there. So they kicked me out of Kingwood, had to go back to Atascocita. Now, first of all, the reason why I wanted to leave Atascocita in the first place was just too much going on. Like, when I say too much, it was like just too many black people. It just seemed like too much drama. It just seemed like everyone was just out on the prowl. You know, I felt, you know, very scared because a lot of the guys in Atascocita were like just all over me like a vulture. Like, it's like I could not even walk to one class without someone finding me and walk in a class with me. So every time I got out of a class, you know, I had 8 periods, someone would be there and walk me to another class, and I just didn't even know how to handle that. I'm kind of like, what the fuck? Like, you know, I didn't understand why all these people were like literally like following me like in this school, you know. So that happened, and, you know, it was okay at first. You know, I kind of felt somewhat special. So I knew a lot of guys at first coming in. I didn't really talk to a lot of the girls. They seemed very standoffish and very like didn't really like me, kind of. I didn't really do anything to them, but the only thing is I do not talk black. I don't be like, yo, bitch, let me tell you this, let me tell you this, and I'm not messy like that. So, you know, maybe that's why we didn't get along. I don't know, but I didn't get along with a lot of the girls there. Never really said too much of anything to them. They didn't really say anything too much to me. So we called it done deal, whatever, end of the day. So with the guys issue, while I was in school or whatever, you know, with the guys, it became an issue. It became to where there was niggas in my class who just was trying to get at me, and it was people who wasn't in my class trying to get at me, and it was just guys everywhere in the school, they were trying to get at me, you know. One guy, or actually a few guys, thought that we were together, which was not true. Just because you walk me into my class or whatever and might come sit with me at lunch does not mean that we're together. So one day, I guess all the guys decide to have the perfect plan. So they all get together and they're like, you talk to Shantora, I talk to Shantora. No, you talk to Shantora, I talk to Shantora. We all talk to Shantora. Oh, we need to hoe her out. So I'm sitting at lunch with my home girls that I met at that time, and this guy walks up to me. His name is Terrence, and he said, Shantora, I just want to let you know, because I just don't want anything bad to happen to you. Now, Terrence was trying to get at me too. These guys are just trying to, they said that they're going to hoe you out. They're trying to figure out what the hell to do to you, or molest you, or do something to you to hoe you out, because, you know, they said that you're talking to everybody and, you know, you're just, you know, playing everybody and this and that. In my mind, I was not playing nobody. People called me, I answered. People come take me to class, I let them take me. I didn't kiss nobody, maybe a hug here and there, because I thought we was cool, because they came off as friends to me. So when he told me that, I instantly got a little terrified at that point. Like, hoe me out? Why me? You know, why are all these guys? And he explained every guy that was involved, you know, and everything that was, you know, a part of it. So anyway, so, you know, I freaked out. And then one day I was just walking to class, and I remember this guy had grabbed me and took me under the stairwell and would not let me leave. He was pulling his stuff out. He was giving me a very hard time. You know, I felt like I had to fight for my life back there. He was all over me. I couldn't move. I was so scared. And it was like a stairwell where a lot of people didn't go. And under the stairs at Atascocita, it was like a stair, and then it was like inside section, almost like a freaking little mini apartment in there, you know. And so he pulled me in there, and I was gone. You know, no one even knew I was back there. I missed class. Like, when I say it was bad, it was bad. Like, I didn't even get to even go to my class, you know. So that happened. Then one day I'm sitting down, this guy, like, you know, I'm waiting for my mom to come from athletics, and this guy comes up to me, and he kind of just grabbed me and pulled my hand down there and was pretty much trying to molest me. So that happened. Then constantly guys coming in and out, you know, walking me to class, this and that. It was too much. It was too much. This one girl, she liked this guy so much that she started throwing stuff at my head in class, erasers and pencils at me. And, you know, she started like dressing like me and putting her hair like me. And the next thing you know, her and her friends, people that I guess looked up to her, started dressing like me, putting their hair like me. Like, literally, like, I'm telling you, like, these people were crazy. They were just tripping. So, you know, I had the abuse going on with the women, and then the abuse with the guys. So I went to the principal, you know, and I was like, this guy said these guys are trying to hoe me out or do something to me, you know, and I have people dragging me here and pulling me under here and doing this and doing that to me, and I don't feel comfortable, you know. And so I told the principal. The principal called them all in the office, you know, and a lot of them were seniors, and they ended up being pretty much, the principal was like, if you don't stop doing this to her, you know, then you're not going to graduate this year. You know, the police were involved. It was a very, very hectic time in my life. I did not want to go there anymore. So I decided to eventually leave school. I was just done with it. I was like, I'm not going to be going here anymore. I'm done. I can't. I couldn't do it. You know, it was harassment. It was abuse. And it was just like so much jealousy and drama. And it was so much tension. And I was like alone. You know, it's like, I didn't know nobody in Atascocita. Like, I literally went straight from middle school to Kingwood, and then just randomly just transferred to Atascocita area where I knew nobody, and everyone harassed the shit out of me. I didn't have a very enjoyable time there. I didn't even care about graduating there. I just wanted to leave, you know, and I couldn't go back to Kingwood because they found out that I forged the papers, so they wouldn't even let me go back to Kingwood. I was pretty much banned from Kingwood, and so I just went ahead and decided not to even go to track anymore. Track was my favorite subject. Favorite subject. It's my favorite sport, track. I did 300 hurdles, and I did the 100 hurdles. I did the 2-meter dash, the 100-meter dash. I mean, I loved track. So I went ahead and just wanted to leave. So I was working part-time at Kroger. So what I decided to do is work full-time at Kroger. And I found a program that let me like pay, you pay for your books. Once you pass the book, you pretty much move on to the next section, the next grade or whatever. So I left school in like maybe October. And so October, November, December, January. January, I graduated. Before I was supposed to graduate, I was class of 2012, and I graduated 2011, which was so awesome. I never looked back. When I was done with that school. Like, when I say people were calling me and harassing me, and, you know, people who had girlfriends were calling me, like, I didn't understand where my phone number was getting, you know, put in everybody's hand. I didn't understand why all this was happening. It was just too much. Everyone thought I was a hoe, and I was literally a virgin. Like, I did not have sex at all. Like, so I left school. I decided, you know what, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm too grown for this, and I don't want to deal with this type of drama. So I left, and I did homeschooling, and I passed early. I still got my diploma, and I still walked the stage. I just didn't get to really, you know, go to, you know, prom, you know, or my prom, or I didn't get to, you know, experience all the things that you would experience as, you know, a senior. You know, I didn't get to experience senior ditch day or whatever the hell else that seniors do, because I just went to homeschooling. I just couldn't do it anymore. And I don't know if I think I really, really honestly do not regret my decision, because of the fact that I was harassed so much, and it could have gotten worse. I mean, you never know. I could have wanted to kill myself. You know what I'm saying? I could have wanted to kill somebody else. Like, I mean, I just don't know. You know, you never know, like, how on the edge of something can push you. But I was just so happy that I had the courage to leave for myself and tell my mom, like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. This is my plan. This is how I'm going to do it. So I graduated early, started nursing school, and did what I had to do, you know. And I do not regret my decision, not one bit. Not that decision, you know. Bullying is a real thing, you know. Harassment, all that in high school and middle school, elementary school is an issue. It's actually something that affects a lot of people to this day. I mean, you see all types of people going up, shooting up schools. You see all types of people killing themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a real issue. You know, it's not fair to go to school and to be harassed. It's not fair to go to school and then not feel important, you know. And these schools they need to be designed to actually stimulate us, like, completely, you know, not just educational wise. I feel like really education should definitely not just start with just your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s. It needs to start with, hey, what's your credits? How are you going to get your credit together? You know, we need to learn about how to get our credit together, money management, you know, things that are really, really important. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, math, whatever, but it's like a lot of the stuff, I mean, since I've been out of school for 8 years, I have not really used too much of it. And if I did use math, it was like something at my job that I was working at Kroger, where it's like, oh, you know, 1 + 1 is 1. You put it in the system, or it comes out, oh, you owe this person this much change. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like our educational system needs to definitely be improved, you know. And I feel like it's going to get worse, you know what I'm saying? Like, if someone does not take a stand, you know, and like just really, really stand up and figure out a solution to every single one of these problems that we're having in our educational system, and this has more to do with bullying and harassment than anything that I'm speaking on. If we pull together, I mean, I'm sure that we can move mountains, like we can do anything, but it is not fair to go to school and to feel like you have to leave, you know. I just really wanted to share my story. I hope that my story can help anyone. I just want you to know that you do not have to stay somewhere that you don't want to stay. Where there's a will, there's a way. There is a K-12.com that you can go to school on there and finish your classes. You do not have to be a statistics. You do not have to go to school where you feel uncomfortable. Clearly speak with your parents first, but, you know, parents, please, like, definitely, you know, monitor what happens with your kids, and definitely don't make them feel ashamed to tell you how they feel. And if they do make you feel any type of way, make you feel like they feel bothered by being at school, help them, like, help them get a way out. You know, there's a will, there's a way, and there's plenty of ways to still graduate and still get your master's, still get your degrees, regardless if you go to a public school or not, you know. And I just hope that this story helps someone. And I went through hell, you know, and I'm sure, you know, once I get really analyze more details that were going on in this situation, there might be a part 2. But just encourage your children, you know, and children, speak up, you know, it's okay, you know. I hope that you guys have a better day, and I hope that this helps someone and can touch someone, and please just leave a comment in the bottom letting me know what you went through. I mean, we can do this, you know. We can stand up. I love you guys, and you all know that I have an open door policy. Just message me. I'll message you back. Y'all have a great day, and remember to like, share, and subscribe. Love you guys. Mwah.